Hello, I'm the Adventure Sage, and for this terrain build, I didn't really know what I wanted the end result to look like. For some context, I'm running Curse of Strahd for my weekly D&D party, but I'm running a homebrew version by an awesome creator called MandyMod. She has an entire Reddit thread of how to essentially put the campaign on steroids, dive deeper into characters, and just overall buff the story. My party just conquered Yester Hill, and now they are going into the hill itself to reconsecrate the shrine of an old god. I had a rough idea of what the dungeon looked like, but I wanted to do something different for the final encounter of actually consecrating the shrine. The only problem was that I didn't know what that looked like yet, so I just started building. I often find that when I'm lacking inspiration or motivation, the worst thing I can do is just sit there with analysis paralysis. One of the greatest aspects of D&D can also be one of the scariest, and that is, the possibilities are endless. If you get caught up in your own head weighing out everything you could do, you won't get anything done. Sometimes, you just gotta start and see what happens. Someone smarter than me once said, "Perfection is the enemy of progress," and I keep that quote in my mind while I'm prepping for my D&D sessions. Before I started this build, and even during the early parts of it, I was feeling overwhelmed. I could feel that analysis paralysis taking hold, but I knew if I didn't do it, it wasn't gonna get done. So, here we are. You've probably already seen me put a piece down a few times just to pick it back up and do something different, because I'm thinking on the fly and searching for inspiration in real time as I build. Luckily, I did find some inspiration when I remembered that the centerpiece of this map needed to be the shrine, and once I put it down in the middle, my vision for the encounter really started to take place. I took those water tiles on the left and began to repurpose them as this moat around the shrine, a natural hazard for the party during the encounter. And while my cavern tiles are definitely the biggest collection I have from Dwarven Forge, I'm still limited in my resources. Whenever I try to build a big map, the back half of the build always becomes this puzzle of trying to maximize space with the tiles I have. But it's not just a concept of space. For example, for my cavern water tiles, I only have so many corner pieces. So now I have to take into consideration what the shape of my moat is going to look like and what effect that's going to have on the map as a whole. If I have too many twists and turns in my moat, I'm going to run out of corner pieces, but if it's just one even square, it's going to look boring. Luckily, I was able to solve the puzzle and use exactly the amount of corner pieces I had. And now, as this map has taken form physically and conceptually, it's time to fill in the blanks and finish it up. Now that the map was completed, I wanted to dive deeper into the encounter itself. My favorite types of encounters involve an objective other than just beating the bad guy. The point of the party being down here was to reconsecrate the shrine, so I implemented glowing obelisks in each corner of the map for them to interact with. Interacting with every obelisk correctly, whether it be a skill check or some other circumstance, would fully activate the shrine and end the encounter. But while the party is running around and solving this puzzle, they were being chased by invulnerable black puddings. It took them a round or two to realize that these adversaries were not going to be destroyed, but once they figured that out, they beat the encounter pretty quickly. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with this one. Creating this encounter was something I had been dreading for days, but once I just started and got my hands dirty with actually building the map, the encounter took form pretty quickly. So, don't let analysis paralysis take hold of you. Trust the process and understand that inspiration will come. If you want to see anything specific on future terrain builds, drop your suggestions in the comments. I read them all. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.